Hey there guys, Lord Fidget here with the 12th episode of Aether Raid's Offense. I've got an interesting pair of battles for you today. I did also get some chances this season to test out the new Fjorm Bride of Rime and her Yeller Brew personal weapon, which applies isolation to targets in these cardinal directions with at least 3 less HP than her. So that was interesting. Unfortunately, the 2 battles that I have today don't really feature that much, if at all. But if there is interest in seeing the results and kind of what I think about the effect, then I can try and release an extra little kind of bonus video for that sometime in the middle of next week. So do let me know if that's something that would be interesting to you. And without further ado, I think I'll just go ahead and get right into the battles here. Alright, so this is the first map up, and it is quite intimidating. Before anybody goes and actually does all of that math, yes, they are all fully merged with that premium inheritance, and yeah, it makes for an interesting experience to say the least. So, I'm going to go ahead and talk about the one physical weakness that I see with this map, and that is this row of structures right here. That is something that will help you approach the enemy. You can actually snipe the front line over the wall. I do caution, though, that you have to be really careful when you do that, because the AI does break blocks. It's not just going to sit there and twiddle its thumbs waiting for you to snipe the entire front line, unfortunately. So, just be aware of that. One thing I would like to note is that if you put a unit two spaces below the right-hand side Duma, which is technically in the enemy range, even if you don't actually attack anything, I'm 90% sure the AI will aggro off of that. And if you have a ranged unit there, then it will threaten the enemy units, which means that one of the Dumas will rally Olivia, and Olivia will immediately refresh them. And that basically just burns her refresh action. And then it gets a little more tricky, because I'm not really sure what the AI's block breaking rules are, or more specifically, if a melee unit and a ranged unit can both break a block, which one actually does the block breaking? So I guess worst case scenario, Ophelia breaks the block and gets refreshed by Azura, and then marches down 3 spaces and attacks whoever you put below the Aether Amphore. So do be aware of that possibility. The other thing I would note is that if you have a ranged unit in that location, then you can actually break the tactics room, or heck, even break the tactics room and then get somebody to that spot, and that will force Azura to come down and attack that unit, because she will not be able to refresh anyone. Nobody that's refreshable around her will be expending an action before she has to go attack. And in fact, Olivia may attack as well, I believe, if she can deal at least 5 damage to whoever you put there. So that's a pretty good way to force the refreshers to consume their actions without actually having any of the other enemies move beforehand. So it reduces the threat level of the map quite significantly. The other thing I would note is that there is no hardy bearing anywhere on this map. So if you have a powerful enough vantage tank that can chew through those massive HP stats, then you could conceivably use that to defeat this map. I guess that's really all there is to say about it. So I'm going to go ahead and get right into my attempt at this. So this one is definitely a job for the Fae raiding party, and when I get in here, I'm going to start by testing all of these traps, and the way I'm going to do it is a little bit specific. So I'm going to go ahead and break this with Micaiah, and that with Caden, and that with Air.
Okay.
That will leave me free to test this. Okay, that is real. Good to know.
Sure.
And then I'll have Elise move up and heal. Oh wait, should I? No, I should not do that.
Do my
That
best.
should probably be bad. I'll just break this structure right here. So, ouch, that hurt a lot. Next, I'll need to test these 2 heavy traps, And I'll do that by putting Kaden here. That's fake. I could probably even break this right now. Turn is at 2.
Alright.
I mean, there's no downside to breaking it. I don't think. So I'll go ahead and break this.
Got it.
Sing to Kaden. Or dance for Kaden, sorry. Smite him this way. That is fake, which means this is real. So that will allow me to put Kaden here, and then just reposition it. And that tests all of the traps. So, okay, I can do that, and then Elise will get healed by air as long as there's no one else that air is healing. I think Micaiah's probably going to get this one, unfortunately, but that should be okay.
I'll dance.
As long as I do that. Okay.
Okay.
24, missing 24. Oh, shoot. Okay, so this might take a little bit longer to initiate than I was hoping, but should still be okay. I'm going to need to... I need to get Faye out of here, actually.
Alright, try my best. A glimmer of light.
I'll have air break this. And then what I can do is put Faye here. Oh, they're both missing 14 HP, so that's actually fine. So, turn 6 initiation is kind of late, but we'll make do with it. I think I can break the Panic Manor now, and then the Aether Fountain next. Do this, and I'll heal up Faye just because I can. And the reason I need... Actually, I don't really need a turn 6 initiation. I could just attack Duma.
Do my best.
Because what I'm hoping to do is have Elise attack Duma. That's odd. He takes less damage than I was expecting him to. Oh, duh. Fell Breath gives him res, and Elise isn't full HP. Okay, that was my mistake then. So... this should be fine, I hope. Okay, so I'll put Micaiah here. And Faye there.
The glimmer of light.
And air here, and Caden's fine where he is. Yeah, this'll be how I do it. So, now the question will become, can I take out all the rest of them in the time I have remaining? So Elise can take out Duma easy. Boom. Reset all those special charges.
Death's caress.
Bump Faye over here.
Try my best.
Faye can snipe Olivia. I wonder if I might even want to do it from here. Do I? I don't know. Maybe I do. Just to keep this map kind of rolling. Because, I mean, if I can get... I guess it kind of depends on if I can get... Can Elise survive Azura? 42 res, 62 attack, 20 damage. Yeah, that'll be fine. She has Miracle to pad her survival a bit, so she can take out Ophelia. Does she double Fjorm? She actually will if I reposition Kaden with Kaden, and then have her attack from here. And then I don't think Ophelia can kill Kaden. And this Doom is not going anywhere. There's no guidance or anything. So I can do that. Right. So Olivia dies. And then Fjorm will die. And then Ophelia and Azura will have no choice but to attack.
Try my best.
Probably Elise. And Elise... Oh, Azura doubles Elise. 59 speed. Well, actually, she won't have that buff. And not only will she not have that buff, but Elise will have plus 12 from being near Kaden and having received the speed health link. So, that's not even a problem.
Sure thing.
Reposition you.
Got it.
Refresh. Ah, that's annoying. Regardless, I don't think Fjorm can take out Faye, so...
Sure.
Yeah, no, this isn't really a problem. I'll just do that now so I can get the chip damage. And this semi-phase should play out pretty favorably. Rally. Oh, Azura's gonna... Oh, Azura does attack because she can deal more than 5 damage, and Ophelia has no choice but to destroy herself by attacking Faye. And let's take a look. How am I going to deal with this? So, Duma, 45 res. So Micaiah has 61 attack. Okay, sure. So 61 times 1.5 is 91 effective attack. Subtract Duma's 45 res, 46 damage. Okay, let's see what happens if I factor in Kaden buff.
Got it.
Or Kitsune Fang, so that bumps her attack up to 67.
Okay.
Okay, Elise can KO Azura. That's important because that'll get the Savage Blow damage
Try
off.
my best.
And Faye does KO Fjorm after that. So... 67 attack times 1.5, that's 100 effective attack. Subtract Duma's 45 res, 55, that will KO after a
Do my best.
Savage Blow from Elise. So what I'll do, okay, let me just plan this out. If I reposition Micaiah up here and bump Kaden up here, that ought to do it. I'll miss the Aether on 4, but honestly, I don't care. So that is 1. And then 2,
Yes.
3,
Okay.
4,
I'll dance.
and 5. Woo! That was a map. So here we have the second map for this video, and it's a little less scary than the first map, just a little bit. It's an infantry pulse setup focusing on getting the blazing specials on Alm and Lucina charged up and ready to roll, with Seliph as a kind of very difficult to take out vanguard unit. So let me discuss the weaknesses of this map. There is one main physical weakness of this map, and that is the breakable block space that I've highlighted in red. The reason being that the first thing that's going to happen if you put a unit there is Alm will rally up attack on Azura. And that is because that is the safest location from which he can rally and hit Seliph. So he will do it from there. He will not move over 2 spaces to rally Seliph personally. He'll just hit Azura and be like, here, spread the rally to Seliph, would you? And then Azura will immediately refresh him. So that burns Azura's refresh, and now Alm's kind of stuck up in the corner with 3 move, but unable to really do anything with it. So Seliph will come down and hit you, then he'll get refreshed by Ninian, he'll hit you again, and then Lucina will use Future Vision on Ninian. So you can see that this isn't just put anyone there and suddenly you win the game. No, you actually have to be pretty physically bulky and able to take on 2 hits of Seliph and 1 hit of Blazing Thunder Lucina. But if you have a raiding party that can, with a unit that can handle that, then that's a very good option. The other weakness I see, and it's highlighted in orange, because I've used orange to denote a conditional weakness, which means that you have to have a pretty specific type of unit if you want to take advantage of it. In this case, the type of unit in question is a Blarblade Vantage Tank. So let me explain that a little bit. So Seliph has a total of 80 magical bulk. Actually, you can go ahead and tack on +4 from Lucina's Distant Guard, so 84 magical bulk. Any self-respecting Blarblade user with decent buff support is going to be able to hit that. So they're going to take out Seliph down to his Tearfing activation on the first hit, and then KO him on the second. In between, they will take a shot from from Seliph, which was almost certainly going to put them in vantage range. So then what you do is you refresh them and have them take out Lucina. Lucina being the only Hardy Bearing user. And then you're basically home free because the rest of them just kind of attack and horribly die. You do have to be a little bit careful because Ninian is quite magically bulky. But it's not insurmountable. So that is the other thing that you can do with this map. I actually did use a Vantage tank, although it was not a Blarblade Vantage tank. Yeah, you know, I'm just going to go ahead and go into the footage here, and you can see what I mean. So this actually seems like a pretty good map to try out Maria. So this is going to be interesting. I'm going to start off by just breaking a bunch of things. But when I do eventually begin the battle,
I love you.
what I'm going to do is I will have Maria KO Ninian, then refresh her, then have Maria KO Lucina, because I don't want to deal with Hardy Bearing. And in fact, it's a very good way to lose a map is when you're running a Vantage unit. And then I'll have to have Corrin reposition Azura out of the way so Azura doesn't get horribly destroyed. I don't. Nah, actually, you know, no, Seliph wouldn't destroy her, but I don't know. I just don't want to deal with that. So let's see here. Okay, that is fake as expected. I forgot that there's a tactic streams up there, but thank goodness that has smite, so I can still actually let me do this.
Okay.
Boom. Let's go. I will reposition you here. And then, so now Lucina and Ninian are down, and I'm not 100% sure about what's going to happen after that. The way I see it, there could be two possible outcomes. One, Alm attacks Maria, and then Seliph and Azura attack Corrin, who's going to be right here at that point. And I am not sure how likely that really is, because there's also the chance that Alm will use a rally on Azura, which is the safest location you can use to rally both of the two units who can attack Corrin. But I don't think he'll do that, because I'm pretty sure the AI doesn't recognize Vantage until the enemy is hitting them in the face with it. So, yeah. I think what I can do now is this. Refresh Maria, put her down there. Have Corrin reposition Azura up here. And of course, I could pretty easily prevent the rally possibility, even though I don't think it's particularly likely, simply by
I love you.
putting Fjorm here, but that's no fun. So, yeah, this will be a learning experience. I just realized that I need that Aether Fountain destroyed. Or do I? Because I don't really. I can still attack Ninian from here. It's fine.
Understood.
Yay! Okay, so we'll put you here, and then Fjorm can go there. It doesn't really matter where she goes. Maria has the highest defenses. That's different. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, that's why I have to attack from here. Because Corrin needs to be down here to provide support. Duh. I feel silly now. Should be fine. So I'm gonna turn 5 initiation, should be alright. I have both Aether structures already. Yeah, I'm not really worried about that at all. Put them here, I guess. There's no way Sylph would be... Well, Sylph might get rallied because he's threatened by units, but I don't think it's particularly likely. So I'll have Maria take out Ninian, and then refresh as expected, or as planned. Then she takes out Lucina, and I'll have Corrin reposition. And now we will see what happens.
I love you.
So I'm pretty sure Alm attacks. Oh, okay, well, yeah. Or basically, Alm doesn't rally. So it did go as I planned it, and now so should advance, which will allow me to do this. Boop. guess what, Soth? Have 24 damage.
I'm with you.
Free on the house. And now Maria can finish this job.